Monday Night Raw Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and or PLEs. And here's a hot take for you. Oxygen. Oxygen is great. We all need oxygen. There's no debate in that. But bacon gives us purpose. All right, let's go with Dirty Dom today. Let's start off with Dirty Dom. Tiz Mickey says, I didn't think Dom was as over as he was, but judging by tonight, they really need to turn him face soon. Oh my gosh, I think the crowd has already turned him face, but Triple H is like, no, I need him to be a heel just a little bit longer. So, yeah, because Rey Mysterio came, and I'll tell you what, yes, Rey was cheered, but he was also booed when Dominic started talking. People they just needed to cheer Dominik Mysterio. What are your thoughts on that, people? The Mixer Wolverine says, I think after missing out on 41, Rey is retiring at 42, Mania that is. That speech, that talk was a retirement seed. They might do something in San Diego, but I think he's ready to leave Dom because he's over AF. He is very much over AF, but I could see it. There was a lot of talk last night. As long as I'm around, you are not the best luchador. I won't stand for it as long as I'm around. Therefore, if he's not around, hint, 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 I don't know if I want them to wait out to WrestleMania. Like, that's a long feud. I get it. The first time they were feuding, yes, it could be long drawn out because Rey didn't want to fight his son. But yesterday, Rey was just looking for an excuse to fight Dirty Dom. So it's like, you can't draw this out. Now, who knows, though? Maybe they do have their match. San Diego is the home of Survivor Series, and we can have a match right there. And maybe this will then be the catalyst which will set the path towards Rey Mysterio's retirement, where it's not just a seed, but the seed has sprouted, and now we're in a retirement tree situation because the tree has sprouted. I think I lost the analogy somewhere, but hopefully you're following me. Yeah. It feels like it should happen at WrestleMania. It just feels like too soon to start this WrestleMania build. Squash says, do we get Rey versus Dom at WrestleMania? Again, I would love it, but it just feels too soon to start the build. I think we're going to San Diego, their hometown. I think that's at least the first stop on this. Go Buggy says, I just think Eddie Guerrero's name will never die, and I love when Dom called Eddie Guerrero his dad instead of Rey Mysterio. I just thought that was funny. That was amazing. That was awesome. Eddie Guerrero, I am so happy that his memory lives on a lot of times. And I don't blame people, but a lot of time the memories just fade. Nobody is cheering nowadays really for Ravishing Rick Rude, the Big Boss Man, Mr. Perfect, even Owen Hart, unfortunately. So, and I don't blame people, but I do wish those people could get some chance here and there as well. That said, I'm very, very much happy that Eddie Guerrero's name is so fondly remembered. The Rey Mysterio and Dirty Dominic Mysterio have done a great job of keeping his memory alive, and I applaud both of them. Fresh and Fly says, WWE should book Rey versus Dom, career versus hair at Mania. Yes, I would love that. If it's not going to be career, because what if they might want to do a retirement tour for Rey Mysterio? I don't know. AJ is next year. Rey is the following year. And then maybe Jericho. And then CM Punk. And then Randy Orton. We got a lot of, I think we're going to get a lot of year-long career stories now that they just did John Cena's. Hopefully not every career has a mandatory heel turn that leads to nowhere. But some people might question that. Career versus hair, that's kind of a weird thing to put on the line. A lot of times in Mexican lucha libre culture, that is actually a very real solid blood feud stipulation. Putting your career on the line, putting your mask on the line, and putting your hair on the line are big deals. And Dirty Dom, his hair is definitely part of his character, so is his mustache. So, like, that would be an insane stipulation, especially if he lost. Who knows? I know a lot of people won't like this, but what if we did that right and Rey actually won? Rey actually won, and Dirty Dom had to cut off his hair or his mustache, or maybe do one, like his mustache. So he has to shave off his mustache, and people make fun of him, and then the following year, Dom says it again. Hey, career versus all of my hair, and that's when Dom wins. I don't know. I would love for Dom to get that win eventually over Rey at Mania. Kawash says CM Punk is already a more exciting champion than Cody. Cody has no real rivals, and Punk has 8 people that can challenge him for the strap. And CM Punk listed off a who's who or a wish list also. He even name dropped JD McDonough, Finn Balor. I was really happy that they got some flowers and some props. Not happy that LA Knight, did not get those props, especially since he's been feuding with LA Knight, kind of, sort of, or at least they've been going eye to eye for like the last couple months, and he couldn't even get a name drop from the current champion. Just shows that all our hopes and faith that LA Knight was finally getting the push, not happening, people, which sucks. But yes, CM Punk, definitely his title reign and path of his championship run is interesting based on all the people that are circling him already for this championship match. And if you wanted an exciting title run, you yourself personally, all you have to do to win this world title is comment below. All you got to do, I'm for real, I'm giving this belt away at 20,000 subscribers. I'm going to give it away on my quest to quit my day job. All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification. You can win this belt right here. It is not a toy. It's a replica. All right, so CM Punk and Logan Paul, that was like pretty much the big thing that happened last night. Let's get into that. Charles Yancey says, so Logan is a part of the Vision? I like it. We also have Mr. Dark Gable, Logan Paul dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Batman 89 reference. Did anybody else check out the smile on Paulie's face? Ooh, calling him Paulie from his WCW days. Paul E. Dangerous. A lot of references back then. Goat Buggy says, I hate seeing CM Punk and LA Knight and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed almost always being the darn main event of Raw, and I just feel like WWE is doing this too many times to the point where I don't care who wins anymore. Honestly, at this point, WWE doesn't care who wins either, because both teams yesterday just got a double count out. Like, what? When was the last time we got a double count out on anything? Especially a tag team match of people that don't tag regularly. Like, there were no stakes last night, and yet we still got a double count out. And then we got Alex Johnson. After what we saw in the Judgment Day backstage segment, I think we're getting closer and closer to a Liv Morgan return. Yeah, so do I, but honestly, I feel they should just wait to Royal Rumble. At this point, just wait to Royal Rumble, get that huge Liv Morgan pop, and let her win. Honestly, she's got runner-up, 3 years in a row. It's like, it's time for Liv to, A, win, and B, just be a face. I know, she's a great heel. I would love for her to say that heel character for the rest of her life, honestly, but she's just too good. The fans want to cheer her. And who knows, maybe we get a Dirty Dom, Liv Morgan face couple, because again, the fans want to cheer him too. Go Buggy says, I just wonder if Finn is going to turn on Dom. Heck, probably at WrestleMania 60 with how slow WWE is doing things. LOL. Yeah, at this point, Finn's been turning on the group for 3 years now, I think, or 2 years. Yeah, maybe Dom versus Finn Balor, WrestleMania 60. I think that's some, that's a little too fast for Triple H. Try 65, maybe. And then he also says, if it's a 1-on-3 fight, always bet on Penta somehow winning and burying the team like the New Day and the Process. And it's sad. LOL. Okay, so I love Penta. I really do. But I do not agree with the storytelling. I said this on my one shot review last night. Penta's great. Penta's awesome. But he should not be beating 3 people. He did it with the New Day, and now he's doing it with the El Grande Americanos. Like, I'm sorry, like, what is the purpose of that? Like, who is this dude? He's not even challenging for the main title. It's like, and even if he were, 3-on-1. I don't like 2-on-1. 2-on-1, and the one beats the 2. I don't like that. Every once in a while, it's okay. You can outsmart someone, but 3 people? Especially a cohesive team. The New Day were a cohesive team. Yes, Grayson Waller is kind of new to the New Day, but Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have over 10 years of being a unit together. They should have been able to beat Penta. The El Grande Americanos, they've been together, what, since the 70s, the 80s? I get it. There was a long period of time, like the 90s and the 2000s, where they weren't teaming up, but they got muscle memory. They've been together now for a good couple weeks also. They should be clicking on all cylinders. You can't have one dude beat up 3 people, especially people who are a regular team. TTJC says Logan and Bronson would make a killer tag team, but low-key, I feel like Logan might be working with Seth. Becky did say Seth knew about the betrayal would happen and had a plan. What if the plan was Logan, but since Seth is injured, he has joined the Vision to bide time? In a really good world, yeah, maybe, but I don't think Triple H books like that. I did think that Triple H booked like that. One of the best videos on this channel ever was all the clues of John Cena's heel turn, right? I got like 180,000 views on that. It was amazing. It was awesome. I wish I could get a couple more of those, but I put in all this thought about how there was all these clues leading to John Cena's heel turn, and no, there wasn't any clues. I saw what I wanted to see. I thought Triple H was a long-term booker. He's not. He's not. He books these moments. And while what you're saying does make sense within storylines, I think it's one of those situations where us wrestling fans, we think more about the product than Triple H does. I think Triple H just does things, and then we figure out how to connect the dots, and then it's just, I like these connecting the dots better than Triple H's stories, honestly. And I wish Triple H would just go online, find these YouTubers that are connecting the dots and just steal their ideas. But he doesn't. He's just like, I don't know. Let's just turn Logan Paul heel. Seth Rollins is out. We need a third man. Turn Logan Paul double heel, triple heel, whatever he is. I do like the idea of Logan and Bronson Reed in a tag match, because at this point, Braun Breaker should not take a step back and let Logan Paul lead. So, like, if Logan Paul wants to sit under the learning tree of Paul Heyman, that's totally cool, fine, whatever. But Logan Paul should not be the front man. Fresh and Fly says Logan Paul is WWE's biggest and only true heel in the company. Everyone else is a cool heel, and who gets boos or chants. Logan actually gets heat. No denying that. I think Becky actually, from an audience standpoint, gets heat. I know I love Becky Lynch, but, like, to be fair, it's hard not to love Becky Lynch when she's the best in the world. And that's not just me saying it. That's Sports Illustrated. But, yeah, Logan Paul does get heat, and I do actually like that. When CM Punk is, like, naming all these people that he wants to fight, and then Logan Paul comes out, I loved also that CM Punk was like, no, not you. Like, almost everybody recently with Logan Paul has been like, hey, man, you're actually pretty good. I get it, but... So they start off praising him and say they're not going to, like, underestimate him and all these things, but not CM Punk. He was just like, oh, I hate you. And I love that. Honestly, I want my people, my feuds, to have hatred and animosity. So, like, on some levels, Logan Paul getting heat, you're right. He's one of the few that gets heat. Even Dirty Dom doesn't get that heat anymore because we just love the dude. And I don't know if the crowd can ever love Logan Paul, and I'm okay with that. Alfonso Passion says, hey, Chop, I was there in the crowd live, and it was a great show. I guess seeing it live than TV is always a better experience. How was yours? I hope we were loud. You guys were good. You guys were good. Like, loud. I was surprised you guys were cheering for Dom over Rey, but as much as you were, but it was kind of cool at the same time. It's just a proud moment for me to watch Dom, a guy that I one time was like, oh my God, this Nepo baby sucks, to, oh my God, this Nepo baby, he's arrived. And I say that, I don't care. If you're a Nepo baby, like some people throw that as like an insult. I don't see it as an insult. Take every advantage you can in this life to get ahead. However, don't use it as the sole reason you are there. If Dominik Mysterio needed to be a Nepo baby to get his foot in the door, that's fine. However, once he got his foot in the door, he had to then put in the work to stay. I only care when you're a Nepo baby and you're only continuously there because you are a Nepo baby. If you put in the work and get better, fine. Dominik Mysterio, Charlotte Flair, Cody Rhodes. I know people don't like Cody, but he's put in the work. Let's be fair. All 800 Samoans, Roman Reigns is a Nepo baby by definition. So like all these guys, they put in the work. The Gales, the Gales, someone like Ava on NXT, not so much. And so like I don't mind giving her a shot, but like we should like either get better or get out. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but yeah, I loved this Raw. I gave it a high 8, low 9 on the chop scale, and I had 11 yawns. I did have 11 yawns, but I had a really rough day yesterday, and so like I was tired going in. I will tell you, when I left Raw, turned it off, I was energized. I thoroughly enjoyed Monday Night Raw. Exile says Rey is truly the heel in this feud. Yeah, Dom's a little cocky. Honestly, I guess I didn't know this. I didn't know this when I watched a couple of the AAA World Collides things. People told me that it's like the heel in Lucha Libre is actually kind of considered the face, even though people boo them the most. So like, I guess this is tracking with Lucha Libre culture, the Dom and Rey feud. Dom is the heel, but still getting kind of the cheers. Yeah, so I agree. Rey has somehow become the heel. Live long enough to, die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. We have then Alfonso Passion. I hope they do something with Penta, because seeing him at meet and greets and live, he's so over with the crowd. He is over. He's amazing. He's great. I just don't want him beating 3 people. Let him be one-on-one. Let him be one-on-one all day long. Just not 3 people. Sky, Wonder Wolf. Punk should be defending the title, not having tag matches. And Eddie Guerrero is the best luchador. Facts. I don't know if I would say Eddie's the best luchador of all time, but I would say he is the best Mexican wrestler to ever within the WWE system. I think he's on another level. He might be the best luchador of all time even, but I'm just saying as a WWE sports entertainer, he's probably the best luchador in my opinion. Does that make sense? So as a WWE character, best luchador. I used to think that if you didn't have a mask, you weren't a luchador. So it took me a long time to realize that Eddie Guerrero was a luchador. I don't know if that's disrespectful or not, but yeah. Non-Cyclist Pro says, now we have a vision, a Paul vision. And a vision is Logan Paul, world champion. Hey, Braun and Bronson, wait in line. We have some natural talent, born heat magnet that can actually work and make anyone shine. He ain't a one-trick pony. Maybe it's not politically good, but Triple H said is good for business. I dare you, Chop. Prove that this now looks like a real vision. I double down on the vision. Punk is going to be betrayed by Jay, and Survivor Series is going to be. What are you trying to make me prove here? I'm not 100% sure. Like, am I trying to prove that this is good or this is bad? Logan Paul being part of the vision is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I've never really had a problem with Logan Paul after his first match in WWE. I very much had a problem with Logan Paul coming into the WWE, but when I saw what he put in, the effort he put in, the respect that he gave the business, I was like, all right, he gets a pass. So, like, I haven't had any problems with Logan Paul for a minute. Like, honestly, and he actually does fit within the confines of the vision. What I will have a problem with, though, is what you said here, is if the Brawns have to take a back seat. Braun Breaker is ready to go right this second. Bronson Reed is ready to go right this second. Why give Bronson Reed a victory over the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, if we're not ready to push him? He had 2 matches with Roman, singles matches. Roman has had 3 single matches this entire year. Bronson Reed should be getting pushed to the moon. Oh, but Chop, what about Braun Breaker? You can push them both. You can literally push them both. Freaking heck. Go put Bronson Reed on SmackDown for a couple months while he tries to beat Cody Rhodes. I'm not saying he has to become the next undisputed champion, but being in the conversation with main event people on PLEs would be good and considered moving upward mobility. Both of them can be on separate brands while having the same vision and fighting for the same cause of just elevating themselves. But Braun Breaker should be the guy on Raw. He just should be the guy on Raw. Let Logan Paul be a part of the vision, but he should not be the front man. He shouldn't be the front man. Because I just can't see at this point how Braun Breaker would be okay with Logan Paul getting the next shot. And while fine, if you want to say it's all business, that's fine. But I'm going within the confines of storylines and kayfabe here. All right. So, like, money-wise, yeah, maybe Logan Paul would be better than Braun Breaker for challenging for the title. But when we're talking story-wise, then it needs to be Braun Breaker. It needs to be Bronson Reed. And Logan Paul can just learn. Jimbo Slice says, Becky Lynch makes this feud with Maxine feel more important than the women's world title scene. Becky is on her 2015 John Cena run. That's when John Cena was the U.S. champ. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Becky's Intercontinental title reign is honestly better than both of the women world titles right now. Becky's done a great job. She's elevated Maxine Dupree. This is how you get veterans to elevate younger talent while still remaining strong. Becky is just doing a bang-up job. Joshua and Olaihoa, sorry, butcher that name, wondering if Austin Theory will return for the John Cena tournament. I'd be surprised if he was a dark horse. Ooh, it would be cool because Austin Theory holds that WrestleMania 39 victory over John Cena. No, 38. But I don't want Austin Theory to come back just to eat a loss. I don't think he'll be John Cena's last opponent. Therefore, Austin Theory would have to eat a loss. And I want to rebuild that dude. He has so much upside. Schlupp says, an amazing episode of Raw, way better than last week's. Way better than last week. Last week, what, I gave a 3. This week, 8 or 9. So, yeah, way better. Donatello Leonardo, it should have been Jay turning, although I can see why TKO wouldn't want to risk losing merch sales. Yeah, Jay Uso, like, what? Oh, gosh, here we go. That slow burn, long-term storytelling. Used to love it. God, I used to love long-term storytelling, but now, holy crap. It's like, here's a hot take. Lord of the Rings, 3 pages of walking up a hill. I didn't need that. I'd rather watch the movie. I don't need 3 pages of Jey Uso walking up a hill. But you're right, that merch sale, TKO, good storytelling at a good pace or sales. Sales. Killer Wolf says, I quite like this Raw at the moment. Not sure how to feel about Logan Paul possibly joining the Vision, but if they play their cards correctly, I think I can get on board. Yeah, again, if they make Logan Paul jump Braun Breaker, that's bad. But if Logan Paul is just within the Vision as a member, that's good. It can go either way. We're about to split. The timeline is about to split because we can have a really good Logan Paul with the Vision and a really bad Logan Paul with the Vision. Hopefully we're in the good timeline. Kid Wilkes says, I think it would have been interesting if there was a worldwide live poll to decide John Cena's final opponent. Live cyber Twitter Saturday night main event. That actually would have been sweet. And honestly, they could have done something like Monday Night Raw could have had a tournament, right? NXT could have had a tournament. We could have had a tournament on SmackDown, and then maybe even at Survivor Series or one PLE, create a PLE that's just a tournament of like the loser brackets. I don't know. And then a one night affair. And then those 4 winners, they go onto your Cyber Saturday night, and then we choose, the viewers get to choose between those 4. That would have been sweet, honestly. I like that idea. Not going to happen, but that was a good idea. Daniel Kincher says they're setting up War Games, and I think Logan Paul is perfect for the Vision. And what if Brock Lesnar joins? So I'm thinking, is Team Punk going to be with the Usos and Roman? Honestly, I forgot War Games was happening because nothing seems like a War Games atmosphere. This is going to be a thrown together team. I don't like it. I think we shouldn't have done War Games. Maybe we could have done traditional Survivor Series, but not War Games itself with the cage. I'm not saying I hate the cage concept, but I do hate the cage concept when the feuds don't warrant it. You know, last year, Bloodline versus Bloodline, it warranted a War Games. This year, CM Punk with his loose alliance with people, nah, that doesn't warrant it for me. But, that's, again, me, just an old man yelling at a cloud, thinking that I want stipulations that warrant a rivalry. Shazam Hassan says, the teases of Jay heel turn are beginning to remind me of Codelander arc, just as drawn out and pointless. That's actually a very good comparison. We keep thinking, oh my God, Cody just, he used a belt to win, a chair to win, and then it turns into nothing. Next week, I respect you. Jey Uso, it's like, look at the way he's looking at Punk. Look at the way he's looking at Punk. He was so mad. He went on Instagram and gave everybody the finger and said, you win. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it, Tribal Chief. And then he comes and says, hey, Us, I respect you for going man on man with me. It's like, oh, you're not turning heel. And then they just have a good old tag match. It's like, you are absolutely right, Shazam Hassan. We might be getting in the Codelander territory with the Tribal Chief, Jey Uso territory. That sucks because, howdy, we need Tribal Chief right hand man, Jey Uso, not yeet, Jey Uso. Merch sales, my boy. Merch sales. All right, boys, girls. That's Big Daddy TKO, by the way. You have a wonderful day. We'll do 3 hot, 3 not tomorrow. See you, bye.